Now, the king of cuisine, Peter Dills. Another restaurant show, right? No, it's Peter Dills, the king of cuisine.
It's Peter Dills, yes indeed, L.A. and Orange County's king of cuisine. Good morning, everybody. Oh, Turtle, good morning. It's a chilly morning here in Monrovia, isn't it?
It's about time. You know, this whole weather thing needs to,
90
know
degrees,
when.
50
Yeah.
degrees, mist, fog, snow. Anyway, it's Monrovia. It's great.
We are in November, by the way.
We are.
That is the season, right? We're not supposed to be in shorts, right?
Well, I'm not. Hey, so last week we did the show from the COVID-19. We did the show from my home, the Casa. I pulled out the Tattinger champagne for you because of your Dodger victory, our Dodger victory.
Exactly.
I'm a
LA's Dodger victory.
LA's Dodger victory. And I got some grief from some people. Hey, you're not a Dodger fan.
What?
Yeah, they go,
You're in Dodger gear all the time.
I know.
Not all the time, but
Well,
when I see you.
I'm just trying to fit in. All right, anyway, great news. We're at Bella Sera restaurant here in Monrovia on Myrtle. Myrtle, Turtle, we're on Myrtle.
I'm telling you, it's a coincidence.
Were you waiting for me to say that? Turtle,
I was.
we're on Myrtle.
I was waiting this entire time. I was like, I wonder if he's going to put those two together.
So we're going to be talking brunch because it's the Sunday morning show. Julie here, she's going to be with us on our second break, and she's going to be talking about the brunch. And actually, the chef is in the kitchen as we speak, preparing some yum dishes for us here on Go Country 105 Sunday morning.
I'm super excited. I walked in, and I saw that they have a brick oven.
A brick house?
A brick house, right? I was like, is that a brick house? Yeah, and I was like, oh man, I can't wait to see what tasty treats that they throw in there.
Well, they got some brunch stuff for us, and we're going to be talking about that. All right, last week, our trivia question. Do you remember the trivia question?
No,
right.
I can barely remember yesterday, Peter.
Last week's trivia question: what meat dish got its name when a chef got an order of raw meat and remembered the Venetian painter whose work was dominated by? No, wait a minute. That's today's.
Okay, all right, Peter, what's going on today?
Oh Lord! Well, it's early in the morning. Julie already brought me out a mimosa. What do you want me to do?
She brought you one. She didn't bring me one. She knows.
She's still wondering. All right. For those of you who just tuned in, it's Peter Dills. It is Go Country 105. We're going to be talking to Bella Sera. Do you know what Bella Sera means?
It means delicious.
It means a beautiful evening in Italian.
It means very cleanly. I was walking through, and they had this guy he was cleaning walls. He was cleaning gear.
We're on the outside, and there's a lot of action on Myrtle Street. You know, they've got the farm. Well, usually they have the farmer's market. They do a lot of stuff here in Monrovia. But this particular restaurant we're in the back of the restaurant, and there is plenty of room. If I could count real quick, there's at least 20 tables, 4 tops, 2 tops, very clean, very sophisticated, and very nice. But we'll get into that a little bit later. The last week's trivia answer was bangers and mash.
Oh, okay.
The question, of course, was what sausage can explode due to high heat? Remember that one? And I said it's the working man's class, and you thought,
right.
Does this thing go to work every day 9 to 5 or something?
I've never heard of that expression.
But wait a minute, you've never heard of bangers and mash?
No. I never heard that expression. This is a working man's, or this is a working food.
Working man's food.
Yeah.
So the answer was bangers and mash, because I was told by a few of our listeners that, hey, you start on something and you don't finish it. You didn't tell us what last week's trivia question was.
Is that because you're a food reviewer and they're always giving you something to start and you just pass it along to, because you have to go through something else?
That could be it. And I already started on giving you the trivia question for this week, but I will put that aside. All right. The show is the Food Report here on Go Country 105, and we've got many different things that are going on. Facebook Live, right? Groups. We try to go out to different restaurants to do the show and play it Sunday morning here at Go Country 105. Like I said, we're at Bella Sera right now in Monrovia on Myrtle. Next week, we're going to be at the El Torito in Pasadena. And then we're already talking about revisiting with our good friends at Honey County, and that's going to be at Kino's out in Anaheim Hills.
Those guys have been on tour. They've
They're-
been in Nashville. They've been all over the place. So it's good to get them back here at home.
Yeah, and we're going to be in Anaheim Hills. So as our good friend Johnny California, and he's
real.
who is a real guy, and he's out in Orange County. He's trying to help us. And then my good friend Leroy Guilford, from you guys remember me from the old Angel station, wasn't that long ago, and he's out in Temecula. So we've got L.A. County, Orange County, Temecula, all wired. We got it all covered.
And soon maybe Long Beach, right?
And soon Long Beach. Well, Long Beach is always there. Our good friends down there at Gladstone's, right there, are they're our partners.
Yeah.
You know, they're our partners. Today is National Greek Yogurt Day.
I like Greek yogurt.
Here are a few fun facts about yogurt that you might not know.
Who knew that the Greeks made yogurt? That's my first fun fact.
Did you look over my shoulder? Because
No.
they didn't. It's the
No.
Turks. The Turkish actually are the ones that invented the Greek yogurt. I don't know why it's called Greek yogurt. I guess going into the store, you wouldn't want something called turkey yogurt, right?
Turkey yogurt.
Turkey yogurt. Greek yogurt sounds a whole lot better. Actually, the creation of Greek yogurt and all yogurt happened by accident. Primitive milk was stored, you know how they stored milk way back then, or tried to store milk and yogurt and stuff like that way back then. It was created yogurt. Think about it. As it kind of...
Maybe somebody forgot.
Yeah,
somebody
there you
forgot
go.
that it was like there.
You're
and they
so
were like,
eloquent with words, unlike me. Yeah. So the Greek yogurt was actually Turkish yogurt, and it was made strictly by accident. Same thing with our good friends at Champagne, right? Dom Perignon.
Was that made by accident too?
Made by accident. Dom Perignon, who was a monk, was actually trying to just make wine, and then they would... I don't know if Bob Machero was listening, he would know. So when wine has to be stored in caves. Champagne has to be stored in caves. So as they twist the champagne or twist the wine, and then the bottle was actually thin, it was exploding. So then they had to create a thicker glass for the champagne, and as they were turning it, the bubbles happened and made champagne, and that's when Dom Perignon, who was a monk, yelled because he tasted. He goes, "Come quick, come quick! I'm drinking stars from the heavens."
Oh wow, that's cool. I didn't know that. That's a fun fact.
We've got two things you didn't know about yogurt. Now you know about
Champagne.
Champagne.
Dom Perignon. I didn't even know that was a real person. I thought that was just like I don't know.
No, he was he gets credit for inventing champagne. It's gaining popularity throughout the country, carried by many grocery stores. I know my Vons carries plenty of Greek yogurt. Yogurt contains the good bacteria, which helps promote healthy digestion and supports your immune system. And for those of you who want glowing skin, yogurt is supposedly good for that too.
I do yogurt all the time. I do it for either breakfast or for dessert.
The thing about yogurt is that, to me, I love it too. The pineapple yogurt is definitely my favorite.
I'm the blueberry guy. I like the blueberry
But
yogurt.
it's just loaded with sugar. Loaded with sugar. But that's what makes it good, I guess.
Yeah.
All
But do
right.
I want it to be loaded with good stuff? How dare you, Peter?
I know. I don't know what I'm talking
With carrots?
about.
Like,
I mean,
no.
at 9 o'clock this morning, I'm going to ask Julie for a gin martini. I mean, that's probably worse than 5 yogurts.
Make it 2.
Make it 2. All right, this day in history. You ready for that?
Am I ready for this day in history? Yes, we are.
Gail Borden was born. Do you know who Borden? Think about the word Borden. Inventor of the process for making condensed milk. You know, with the cow on it?
Yeah.
Okay. In New York, it was called New York Condensed Milk, later renamed Borden. In 1857, the first issue of the Atlantic Monthly was published. It contained the first installment of Oliver Wendell Holmes. Why do you think I'm mentioning Oliver Wendell Holmes on a food show?
Because he made windows and homes?
He created a book. He wrote a book called The Autocratic of the Breakfast Table. 1891, George Hormel opened his first packaging house in Austin, Minnesota.
Hormel from the can, the chili. Hormel
And-
chili.
Yeah, Hormel chili, Hormel bacon, Hormel.
Okay. I really like their chili.
And let's see what else. Well, that's about it for this date in history. All right. We are here at Bella Sera. We're going to be talking to Julie. She is with Bella Sera. We're going to find out all about the history. And we're going to go back to what the show was supposed to be all about, is actually eating while we're doing the show.
Yeah,
Now,
I'm
how fun is
excited.
that?
Not only that, but if you guys are listening very carefully, there's a wonderful waterfall that you can hear. It's
I can
very
hear
tranquil.
it. It is.
It's a
And
tranquil
so
sound.
early in the morning, I was like falling
You
asleep.
needed that.
Phone number 626-765-7543. 626-765-7543. I fixed the website.
Okay.
There was, I don't know, maybe it's something from GoDaddy, another reason to get money out of us, but there was a security SSD or something. I had to pay $80 to have the site secured. So that's why I was like, wow, we're not getting as many emails as we were before. But I fixed that, so it's safe now. Go to diningwithdills.com, contact us that way, and by all means, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got our happy birthdays coming up. I'll throw a spoiler alert coming up right quick. It's Chris Erskine's birthday. Who's Chris Erskine? Oh, come on. Chris Erskine is a columnist, was a columnist for the LA Times. And if you go on YouTube, Chris Erskine and I were looking for the best taco in town.
Ooh.
And we think we found it, but you got to go on YouTube and check it out, where we came up with the best taco in town. It's Peter Dills. It is Go Country 105. We're at the Bella Sera Trattoria here in Monrovia. Bella Sera means beautiful evening. All right, before we go to break, I'm going to have a little fun with you, Turtle.
Okay.
So we end each show by saying Turtle does these believe it or nots. All right, let's hear it. Let's hear the believe it or not. Believe it or not. So for the first 4 weeks, I was 4 for 4, and I don't think I've gotten the right answer in 2 months.
Right.
So I
I've
got
been doing it good. I mean, they got to be hard, Peter.
They are hard, but today I'm going to get it. Yeah, people are like, "Is there really water on the moon?" I don't know. I
Yes.
haven't been to the moon.
Yes, there was NASA reported it.
Okay, here we
It
go.
has to be true.
Yesterday morning, and this, when I'm on Facebook, if I go jogging at the Rose Bowl, it automatically says where I'm at. Yesterday morning, my daughter and I are walking at the Rose Bowl. Brookside Park, that's where you play golf. There's ducks, there's geese, and my daughter said, "Oh, look, they're the ducks that everybody has been talking about." I go, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "There are so many ducks here that if you want to take one home, you can." And I said, you're no. She goes, "Yeah, there are so many ducks here, they can't possibly feed all the ducks or handle all the ducks. If you want to take a duck home, you can."
Thanksgiving's coming up, by the way.
So I got one. That's my, to you, Turtle, believe it or not. But you can answer the question when we come back from the break. So the question is, believe it or not, you can actually take a duck home if you're at Brookside, because there are so many of them out there. Believe it or not. All right, it's Peter Dills. When we come back from the break, we're still at Bella Sera. We're here in Monrovia. It's brunch time. Let's talk to Julie. Is everybody hungry? All right. Oh, whoever talks, we'll do it.
See? You're not off the hook. Get over here.
Okay, now let me just gotta adjust the.
These are lunch special occasions.
Okay.
That's the brunch stuff.
Okay. I see me. I see Julie getting ready to sit down. I don't see me anymore. I see Julie.
Okay, but you can see him. You don't have to see me.
No, now you went farther away. Close, close, close. Almost. One more. Almost. Yeah, almost. Yeah, good.
Perfect.
Good.
Let me do one more.
No, because you're losing Julie.
Okay, got it. Should I? Wait, you don't want to see everybody? All right, June, let me just get a real quick test.
Test.
Talk.
Talk. What do you want me to talk about?
Did you have any lunch or anything today? What did you?
Did I have lunch today?
Yeah.
Well, I did have lunch today, and the most fabulous thing on the menu is what I had for lunch today.
Okay, we'll talk about that.
Talk about that?
Yeah.
Well, it's actually my favorite lunch is the Lucrezi salad, which is sort of like a Italian wedge, kind of. It's kind of chopped up and has sort of blue cheese in it and stuff.
All right, you're sounding
So
good.
remember that it's breakfast. It's 9:50. It's
Yeah.
8:15 in the
Yeah.
morning. It's kind of chilly out, and we're in the back. We're in the back here
We're
of
cold.
Bella Sera.
We're cold. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Cappuccino, mimosa. Yeah, gotcha. Cappuccino, mimosa.
Julie, what's your last name?
Gentili.
Gentile
Gentile.
Lane's
Yeah,
got
just
a
like
pretty
that.
face and a ponytail, hanging down and a wiggle and a walk and a wiggle and talk. Baby, look around. There ain't nothing in the world like a big-eyed girl to spend my money to call me honey. Oh,
Do a long leg, loose like a long leg, loose like a dog.
oh, baby, that's what I like.
All right, we ready?
That's perfect. He promised me singing. There was
Yep.
singing.
All right, you ready?
Okay, everybody, it's Peter Dills. We are back from the break coming up at 9 o'clock. America's greatest country hits with Michael Johnson. But for now, we're talking about food. For now, we're talking about Bella Sera Trattoria. We're on Myrtle Street. The restaurant is, it's an Italian restaurant, family-themed, great backyard. And during non-COVID times, a happening inside with the bar scene and all that. Okay, before we get to Julie Gentili, we are going to ask Turtle. Okay, Turtle, daughter and I walking Brookside, saw ducks. She said, "Did you know, Dad, there are so many ducks here that you can actually take one of them home with you?"
I don't think so. I think if those ducks probably belong to the place. You know, it's kind of like walking into a zoo and then saying, "I like that bear. I'm just gonna take it home." You know, I don't think that would.
Julie, doesn't he make things so simple?
Clearly.
He's the man that. He's the man. When I said, "What is fortified wine?" He said, that, "Oh, it's expensive wine that they build a fort around."
Yeah, you know,
Yeah, all right.
put an army around.
All
it.
right. Well, yeah, you're right. She did say that. I thought for a second that it was true, but no, you can't take the ducks
I don't
home.
think you. Yeah, I don't think.
Maybe she was just hoping you would take one
Yeah.
for her.
Right?
Christmas is
'Cause
coming.
Thanksgiving is on its way.
I don't think that's why she wanted it.
She's got a dog. She's got enough problems, or not problems, but she's got enough going on.
Pets.
There. All right, let's do the trivia question real quick. 626-765-7543. 626-765-7543. What meat dish got its name when a chef got an order of raw meat and remembered that a Venetian painter whose work was dominated by reds and yellows? Did you know that? There's the answer. You probably
Don't-
served that here. I'm not going to.
He's not going to tell me.
I'm not going to tell him.
I'm not cheating.
All right, it's the morning show. It's the food report. We're here with Julie, and Julie is a member of the cast here at Bella Sera. To give us a little history and get close here, give us a little history about Bella Sera. I already said that it means a beautiful evening. It's a beautiful, chilly morning here in Monrovia. But tell us about the restaurant.
Well, the restaurant's been here for many years on Myrtle Avenue, and Joe Borelli, who was around here somewhere, took over in the 2014 or so, and they serve a variety of things. Brunch is really great here. Open every day from 11 until 9, so there's also cocktails and happy hour and things like that. It's very family friendly. We have, kids can make their own pizzas and things like that, so the kids like it here.
Could I make my own pizza if I wanted to?
Yes, but we would charge you the grown-up price.
Okay.
Sorry.
Gotta ask.
So yes, there's a brick pizza oven that Turtle noticed when he came in, and the menu changes here and there. They add new things, take things off, but the standards, the best meatballs you've ever had, and lasagna, and some vegetarian things.
Ooh, I'm
Lots of
hungry
seafood.
already.
Best scallops in the world.
In the world.
In the world. All the ones
you need
I've
to
ever
tell
had.
me that if I'm in Istanbul and somebody asks me where are the best scallops in the world,
They're
I
gonna
would
say
tell
Bella
them.
Sera.
I would say Monrovia, California.
Yes, you would.
In the good old USA.
And if they ever come
Scallops are
here,
good.
I will buy them for them.
All right, from all the way from Istanbul.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, so Bella Sera Trattoria. We're still in the COVID-19 phase of this. But what I found on what I was researching the restaurant itself, and it was talking about the past, and you mentioned Joe taking over a few years ago. you said you had mentioned that there are some things that you didn't change, and then there were items on the menu that you did change. So remind me, what are the items you didn't change and why there's some of the items you did change.
Well, most of the things that didn't change in the beginning have morphed into something else now,
Right,
or have
okay,
changed. So most
okay.
of the things that are served on the menu are Joe's recipes that he's experimented with and perfected and changed and that sort of thing. So, I mean, there's this. They always had, the restaurant was here for years. The name didn't change.
Right.
That was one of the things that didn't change, but everything else inside did. They had spaghetti meatballs and they had lasagna and they had a Caesar salad, but it wasn't necessarily exactly the same. So there's a lot of things on the menu that were the same item, but maybe not exactly the same recipe.
Okay, so this is the trick here.
Okay.
You're getting newly married and you've never met your in-laws before, okay? They're flying in from Minnesota and you want to make a big splash with them. You want to impress the heck out of them. So of course you're going to take them to Bella Sera here in Monrovia.
Of course.
But what are they going to eat? What is your go-to dish here? What is the signature dish? What do all of our listeners at Go Country 105, they've got to get for sure?
Short rib ragu.
For sure?
For sure.
You know, I've got the menus in front of me. I've got the breakfast menu.
Now, are my in-laws coming for brunch or are they coming for dinner?
Wait, well, you tell me.
Both.
Both.
Well,
They're
if
going to be here all day.
Oh, they're going to be all day. Okay, so they're going to start with brunch, and they're going to have the crab cakes Benedict for brunch, of course. And then they'll be here for lunch and have something different. But
Okay, I've spotted the crab cake Benedict. You've already known that because you've obviously listened to the show.
Yes.
Or read my article in the paper.
or both.
Yeah. But I'm going to jump over here to the regular menu, and one thing that caught my eye, crab stuffed deviled eggs, turtle.
I'm down for that.
All right. The chef's already started, so we can't throw him any curveballs. But I thought I saw. Oh yeah, here it is. Gnocchi al forno,
Yes.
creamy meat sauce with ricotta cheese and mozzarella. How's that?
It's delicious.
Is it really?
It's very, very good gnocchi.
Did you see
Delicious.
that picture? Actually, I have to admit to our fans here on Go Country 105, the picture that I posted of the pizza was one of the most popular posts that I've ever put on Facebook.
No one wants to see your face, Peter.
No, they want to see what I'm
eating.
eating. They do want to see what I'm eating. But that pizza just looked out of this world.
It's one of the most popular pizzas too.
I mean, would you consider this a family restaurant?
Well, yes. I think it's every restaurant because it's date night and it's when my in-laws come to town. Depending which set of in-laws it is, I might not let them come here, but people in here with kids all the time because we have a good kids menu, and again the kids have to make their own pizzas and they like that.
Wait a minute, he just brought deviled eggs out. Now he's leaving us.
Oh no, don't! You got to bring those over here.
Let's bring those over here.
These are your crab stuffed deviled eggs that you said you couldn't change on the menu there.
Okay, let's do it, Turtle. You and me.
Okay.
As always, we pass to the left, Turtle. Deviled eggs.
I think we're going to do one more.
No,
Just
very
to make
good.
sure.
Very good.
You're gonna need one more.
Just to make sure.
Turtle, we got more food coming out, so.
Oh, man, but I love deviled eggs.
All right. It's Peter Dills. Good morning, everybody. We're talking to Julie. She's one of the partners here at the Bella Sera Trattoria here in Monrovia. How's business?
Actually, considering all the things that are going on with COVID and everything else, because we have a really good-sized patio, and we can accommodate a lot of people out here, it actually it's been pretty good. Of course, not the same as it is normally, and the holiday time, and when it starts to get cold and rainy, it's going to definitely take a downturn.
Well,
but
you've got plenty of coverage here,
Yeah.
and I see just like, I love these. Did you notice what they have right above you, Turtle?
Yeah, the garage doors.
The garage doors,
Yeah.
so they can open. Okay, open and close during normal times. But it's just really we've got to explain the back to the listeners because there's ample seating. It's nothing but safe. So if you're looking for something really good, and that you don't want to be cramped on sitting on somebody's sidewalk,
Yeah.
come to Bella Sera in Monrovia because there's plenty of room.
Not only that, I mean, it's super romantical, I guess, is a word.
I'm feeling it.
Are you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Well,
like,
you're in between the turtle and me, Peter Rabbit.
And the king of
Cuisine, something.
definitely.
I know. And Peter just, I noticed he all of a sudden started growing stubble, like looking more like manlier.
I'm getting older, turtle.
Okay. I was like, what is this?
It's the Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
In the 50s, or I'm in my 50s, but I'm saying it's the Harrison Ford look.
Okay.
It's a face for radio.
yeah.
Yeah, the face for radio.
It's very becoming.
Actually, I
Peter.
got my hair cut, and he didn't.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I saw that. I was like, what is going on here?
All right. It's Peter Dills. It's Bella Sera Trattoria. We're talking with Julie. And you also talked about, we're talking about a great place for a date. We have a lot of female Go Country listeners. And Natalie, who's my sales rep, she always says, you got to talk about places for a date. We've got a lot of female
totally
listeners. This is actually Italian, romantic, perfect place for you to get your honey to take you to is Bella Sera. You mentioned about movies because we're surrounded by, we're actually next to a movie theater.
Yes, we are, which is closed for COVID.
Which is closed, but you've reopened.
On the outside.
On the outside, and you do non-talkies against the wall.
Yes. And when I say they're silent films,
Silent films.
it's not just films with the sound turned off. They were silent films.
Right.
That's
Like
what I thought.
Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton and things like that.
Yeah.
So on Friday, usually Friday and Saturday night, both. Now that it's getting darker, earlier it's a lot easier. When it's light until 8 o'clock, it's a little bit difficult. But and we broadcast them up on the wall on the back side of the movie theater, and then it's just something kind of entertains you a little bit, especially if you have kids with you and you're trying to have your romantical dinner. And but you do need to bring the kids out because you can't find a babysitter. That's always fun. And it's also a great girls' night out place. I'm here 4 or 5 nights a week, eating. My husband's usually with me, but I see dozens of people that are groups of 2, 3, 4 girls that are celebrating birthdays or just out. People just want to be out.
So we're in Monrovia, which is officially LA County, correct? Okay. So I'm not sure what the laws and the rules are from each. You can interrupt me if you want, but can we just come in and have appetizers and drinks here, or do
Yes.
we have to go for the full-on dinner and drinks like
You
that?
can have it. We're not supposed to serve just drinks without food.
Okay.
That's all. So yes, you can
Have
have
you figured out the
appetizers.
psychology behind that? I've been ranting about that for the last few weeks on the radio because I still don't figure it out how that's going to stop COVID-19. Well, if you have food, it's okay.
Maybe the cooties are squelched by solid food or something. I'm not.
I think I
exactly
figured
sure.
it out actually.
Tell us,
The
Turtle,
whole,
a wise
the whole
one.
thing about food is it's keeping you at your table. So if you're drinking, you want to wander around, you want to go talk to
Mingle.
everybody, you want to mingle, exactly. But if
Well,
you
they
have
could have a
food
no
at the
mingle
table,
rule.
Who's going to do that once they're like 3, gin and tonics in? You know what I mean?
wow.
So I think that's kind of the ideological thing behind that.
Well, all right.
Does
They
that
don't-
make sense?
Because
No,
because just drinks is more of a social event, and we don't want to social.
Exactly.
Okay, before we go to break, I got to tell you about a brand new partner here on our show. We don't call them sponsors; they're called partners because I promote them, they promote us, and we get millions of listeners.
Yep.
That's how we do it here. Sushi Roko in Pasadena is back to serving 7 days a week, along with lunch on the weekends, featuring an expanded dining patio to ensure proper social distancing and heightened safety protocols to prevent assist your well-being. Stop by and enjoy premium sushi and sashimi along with favorites that you know at Sushi Roko, including specialty cocktails. And of course, cold Sapporo is available anytime they're open. Sushi Roko is also offering take-home family meals that serve up to 4 or more, including their popular Sushi Family Pack, Family Hot Pack, and Signature Pack. To make reservations or to place an order, just check out their website, sushiroko.com. That's sushiroko.com. And Sushi Roko, thank you. And we're going to be out there in a.
Are we going to do the sush?
We're going to do the sush.
All right.
I'm not sure about when because we're going to be heading into December. Please COVID-19. Please COVID-19. Please stop. Please go away. I'm going to say I want to get not Columbo's has an ad, and they talk about this. If you're not happy with the way things are going, I know the election's past us now. Go ahead and write your congressman, your assemblyman, write your senator and saying, hey, we need to support these restaurants. I fully believe that. We need to support the Bella Seras of the world. So if you're not happy, don't put on Facebook something because no one's going to care. Write your councilman, write your city directors, write your assemblyman, your congressman, the senator. You know, we've still, even though the elections are past us, we still got to be heard. We have got to support these restaurants. We need to, can I say the word? We
Yeah.
need to reopen. We need some, I'm not saying getting lax, but I'm saying we got to do it. All right, Julie, don't touch that dial. We're going to come back. We got to pay the bills. When we come back, more of Julie. And Julie just made me a drink. All right, it's Peter Dills. It is the Food Report right here on Go Country 105. Dun, dun, dun. I'm ready. We're back from the break. It's Peter Dills. We're here with Julie. We're sitting here Sunday morning. Kind of chilly outside, Julie. A little bit of a chill in the air, but it's nice. We've got the fountain behind us. We've got now. The brunch starts at what time this morning?
11 o'clock.
So 11 o'clock. We got. Are we doing the mimosas? What do we got
Oh,
here?
yes, we have fabulous mimosas. And we do the mimosas. We have breakfast pizza, which I believe someone was...
Breakfast pizza.
I believe someone was making one of those for turtles.
Yeah.
And the crab cakes Benedict, which I think they're also
Ooh, yeah.
back there making for you. And several different items that are specialties for brunch and not on the menu otherwise.
This portion of our show is brought to you by our good friends at Beluga Vodka. Beluga Vodka, authentic Russian vodka, available at many fine retailers near you, including Vaughn's and Pavilions. Are you a big vodka kind of girl?
I'm the only vodka kind of girl.
You are?
That's the only liquor I drink other than wine.
You know, I was going to bring you something. Next time I see you, I'm going to bring you a bottle of Beluga Vodka.
Okay.
He polished off a whole bottle of Tattinger champagne last week.
We did. We did.
All right, speaking of
Celebration.
drinking, I'm sure there's no alcohol in there.
No. This is a virgin pomegranate martini.
So tell us about it.
Well, it's you
Okay.
need to taste it.
What-
Just
what-
go that way.
First
And then you
experience it, Peter.
experience it, and then
And
you
I'm
tell us about
and
it.
I have to say thumbs up because it is in a glass. I get it. Some of the restaurants, because you're sitting outside or giving you martinis in plastic glasses, you got to have a martini, and it just takes away.
Yes.
It just takes away, like a champagne, like the Tattinger champagne. We had it in a chilled flute. I get it. Plastic is for the beach. No, don't leave your plastic at the beach.
Just
Take it with
take
you.
it with you, yeah.
I'm involved in the political correctness of the world now.
Aren't we all?
Don't bring your straws. All right, let's go.
They actually have paper straws here now that you mentioned
we
it,
do.
so they're doing it right.
Those are good paper straws.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
ones at Islands fall apart in about 10 seconds.
This is the good stuff, guys.
That's a good straw.
yeah, it's not gonna like melting your drink.
That's very good. Refreshing.
Mhm. You can have many, and it doesn't feel like you've had any at all. It
Well, because there's no
can be
alcohol.
kind
in
of dangerous.
You know, you probably would have didn't even have to tell me, and I probably would have walked out like, hey, and then you whispered to Turtle, hey, there was no alcohol in that drink that we gave Peter.
He's just like that.
He's just like that.
We have a basil grapefruit gimlet also, which is really good. And once you get to about the bottom of the third one, then you start to realize you've had 3 of them.
I might have to try that
Do
one.
you know what do you know what I call martinis? What the nickname I call martinis? I call them mind erasers, because after 1.5, I can't even remember.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
we have food.
All right, I see
Let me,
French
let me,
fries.
Let me eat that rest of this.
Now,
for
is
you.
the chef who's the chef? Okay, tell me about what am I? You get close to Julie, or
Come up
you've
here.
got he's got his mask on. Tell me what I like the look of these garlic. These are garlic fries, or what do we got here?
A little garlic parmesan there.
What kind of potato is that?
Kennebec.
Do you have a hallelujah to you?
Hallelujah.
I'm so tired. I got to say this right here on the air. I don't know if you've listened to the show enough to know what I think about French fries. A real French fry, it's either a Hollywood fry or it's a Kennebec. It's a real French fry. Islands uses it, and In-N-Out uses it. Anybody that posts any pictures of their French fries and they're not using a Kennebec French fry, don't post it. It's not a real French fry. It's a frozen Ora Ida. This is a Kennebec French fry, and this is the real deal. So don't try to fool your customers. Use a Kennebec. How's that? Do you agree?
I agree completely.
These
Spare
are
no
really
expense
good.
here at Sorabella.
Yeah, Kennebec. Look it up. It's Peter Dills. It's Go Country 105. Look up the term Kennebec French fry, Kennebec potato, or commonly known as a Hollywood Gold, I think it's called in the produce world. Sandwich, what do we got?
Okay, tell them what's in it.
We got our blackened shrimp BLTA.
A blackened shrimp BLT is
Egg.
now
Hey, with avocado.
egg. So this is on.
Avocado.
This is from the brunch menu.
There he goes, ladies and gentlemen.
Help me out.
Yes, he's chewing. I'm trying to do color commentary here. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you guys a basic question then. This is creative. How did you come up with these dishes? This is not your run of the mill brunch, hash browns, eggs. This is like creative stuff here.
You know, we have other locations, and we have a little more on the sandwich breakfast end, and we wanted to identify who we really are as a restaurant here and be a little different from who they are, and take what we have and the ingredients that we have and just put them in a different environment that's more suiting to what Bella Sera is, and with its fresh seafood and our fresh ciabatta bread, and kind of twisting the comfort food that we're known for is a BLT, but using shrimp and pancetta and avocado, so it has a little more bite and zazz to it.
This is the greatest restaurant in Monrovia for sure. Nothing against anybody else. So this is a real deal, great food. And now what do we got here? What do we got here?
We got a traditional Italian breakfast right there. We've got our carbonara right there.
I gotta eat. I gotta keep eating.
Do it, Peter.
I hope you guys are watching on Facebook. All right.
This is what the show is intended for.
This is what it's supposed to be, not my house on Sunday mornings. So it's a little lapse. If you're listening, it's Go Country 105. What we're doing actually this morning is actually eating. Sometimes we pretend like we're eating and drinking, but we are actually eating this morning. I am, but don't worry, I'm going to push everything to you, Turtle. It's fantastic. It's Bella Sera. It's on Myrtle. It's in Monrovia. We're here. It's Sunday morning. They're open for brunch at 11. And then, so you're open 7 days a week at night, or are we taking any days off?
Oh, weird.
We're here 7 days a week.
Okay. All right. It's Peter Dills. We are at Bella Sera. Like I told you before, we're having breakfast and sandwiches, and the food's great. It opens at 11 o'clock this morning, but it's open 7 days a week. It's Bella Sera. All right, let's get back to the menu here. I don't know if we've really talked enough about the tradition of Bella Sera, or what your vision was to it. Because I remember Bella Sera 10, 15 years ago. It was more of a lasagna spaghetti, ravioli type of place, but which you still have. But now you've added things like penne alla vodka, bolognese, which is it's pretty traditional. But the short ribs ragu, you had mentioned that's your favorite. That's Julie.
Yes.
All right.
You know what, a lot of it is taking a new look at what the basic comfort food of Italian and the traditions are, and finding different ways, whether it's using a short rib, which is, a flavorful cut of meat. It's a tougher piece, and there's techniques that extract all that flavor from braising it for 8 hours that we use to getting all that flavor back into the pasta dish itself, and just finding new ways to come about that, and that's what this menu's inspired to do.
Okay. Well, this is the first time that we've eaten so much on a Sunday morning. Pass the food over to Turtle. He's staring at me like a
No, I gotta keep my
Gotta keep your hands open.
hands clean. Got to keep his hands clean. All right, let's go back to the trivia question one more time, Turtle. I'm going to do the $75 to Huntington Meats, and I mentioned last week the answer was bangers and mash. Bangers and mash. Do you remember the one we did about the fish and chips, Turtle? Thank you, Chef. Thank you.
No problem.
Oh man, I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of eating
We
the fries. Man,
the squishy peas. That was a few weeks ago, and then last week was bangers and mash. Think about it: a sausage that can explode if it gets too hot because there's water inside the sausage. All right. See, that's
really
the
good
problem.
fries.
It's
Yes,
hard
you're
to
right.
do a radio show when you're eating, but you got to eat because it's a food show. And then all of a sudden there's pauses and everybody's like, "Whoa, this guy's eating."
Yeah,
but
it's good stuff.
eating happily. if you want to eat happily, get over here to Bella Sera here in Monrovia on Myrtle at about 11 o'clock today, or come during the night.
Or any part of the day, any time of the week.
All right, our phone number is 626-765-7543. 626-765-7543. What meat dish got its name when a chef got an order from raw meat and remembered a Venetian painter whose work was dominated by reds and yellows? What is the name of that particular dish? And I'll tell you where it was invented.
Rome? No.
Venice.
Venice?
Venice.
Right here? California?
No.
Okay.
He knows.
Italy.
He's just
Harry's
being,
Bar. Home of the that's where they invented the Bellini, right? At Harry's
Are you
Bar.
looking at my notes?
No, but I think Harry's Bar. I've had that Bellini in Harry's Bar in Venice.
So we're at my friend. We did the show from Ken's house
Yeah.
one time, and we're talking about Harry's New York Bar, right? They have one we're in Hong Kong, and they have one there, and they have them all over the world, I guess. I hope they do still.
Okay.
And he brings out an ashtray from Harry's Bar in New York. I mean, how cool was that?
Yeah.
All right, we got 3 more minutes left with Julie. All right, Julie, why should our listeners come in? When should they come in? How do they get a hold of you? It's COVID-19. We're crossing our fingers. It's going to be over one day. I parked on the side. First of all, where is parking here in Monrovia? I parked on the side street, which was fine.
Well, there's street parking, and all street parking is always free. There's no meters in any of the parking lots either.
Okay.
And we're pretty much close to the corner of Lemon and Myrtle.
Good for
and
Monrovia.
There's lots of parking on Lemon. Parking on Myrtle, especially on the weekend, is a little bit tight.
Okay.
But just half a block west of us and a half a block east of us, there's parking lots, all free.
Okay.
And so if you're from the area, you drive around for a couple minutes, you'll find a parking space. But there's plenty of free parking. We also have some apartment buildings with multi-level parking structures that we can park in that are right across the street.
Plenty to do in Monrovia, that's for sure. Come out, wherever you're listening to the show, come out to Monrovia. It's worth it. The food's worth the drive. Come out to Monrovia, discover something new. If you're listening in Santa Monica or Orange County, check it out. Come up to Monrovia and check out Bella Sera, and I think you'll be very pleased. So far, I'm very pleased.
I got big smiles.
Yeah, I got to admit, it's been a few years since I've been here, but now that we're in the back of the restaurant, unlike a lot of the other, and I support them too, the other restaurants here in Monrovia, they're crammed on the sidewalks, and we're back here in the lush greens of the backyard here.
Yeah, with the tranquil, little waterfall happening beneath us. It's great.
So, Julie, for more information, what is your website? BellaSera.com.
No, Bella Sera Trattoria .com. I know that something had changed recently. The Instagram address or something changed. So BellaSeraTrattoria.com.
Okay,
is the,
Bella Sera,
website.
Bella Sera Trattoria.com.
Yes.
All right. So that was our third segment.
Yeah.
All right. So when we come back, I'm gonna repeat the trivia question one more time, and then Turtle is going to try to stump me on Believe It or Not. Is that correct?
That is correct.
This portion of our show is brought to you by Carl D. Barnes, attorney at law, 1-800-6-BARNES. That is 1-800-6-BARNES. Been in an accident? Go with the name that you trust. That's Carl D. Barnes, 1-800-6-BARNES. If you need to get a hold of us, go to diningwithdills.com, diningwithdills.com, and we do have Instagram, YouTube, and all that fun social media. It's Peter Dills. It's Go Country 105. I got a little toothache.
Oh, this will take care of it.
Is there alcohol in there?
Just a wee bit.
I was like, wait a minute.
We got 10 minutes for this final segment.
All right, Julie, we're done.
You done with me?
Yeah.
If you want to stay.
You can stay.
And participate in the Believe It or Not.
Yeah, stay and
Yeah.
Sandwich?
Let me just
Stay.
let me just bite this real quick.
Participate in the Believe It or Not.
I'm gonna chow this.
Did I miss that?
You missed that part. That's the best part.
Oh my god.
Oh, we got to do birthdays, Turtle.
There you go. All right.
Yeah, Julie, stick around, participate in our Believe It or Not.
Right, 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Right here. Where are we going to go into first?
I'm going to repeat the trivia question. We're going to do the birthdays, and then we'll go Believe It or Not.
Right. You ready?
Yep. It's Peter Dills. We're back for our last break coming up at 9 o'clock. Mike Johnson's here. He's going to play country's classic greatest hits. We're here with Julie still. Julie's with the Bella Sera Trattoria here in Monrovia. And actually, Julie's segment's over, but we're going to have her stick around because I'm 0 for 4 in the last.
She might help you.
She might help me. So we're going to play Believe It or Not. But before we do that, it's time for our happy birthday salutes. Are you ready, Turtle?
Did someone say birthday? They say it's your birthday.
No!
We're gonna celebrate
Stop it.
because it's your birthday.
You're terrible.
Happy birthday.
Okay, keep going.
Celebration.
All right, everybody. Happy birthday to Tracy Buss, Veronica Lopez, Marie Lang, Lynn Levin, Chris Erskine from the LA Times.
All right.
Happy birthday, everybody.
Yeah, everybody, sing along.
No,
They
it's-
say it's your birthday. We're gonna
And it's going to a
celebrate.
party.
Yeah.
All right, what trivia question? What meat dish got its name when a chef got an order for raw meat and remembered a Venetian painter whose work was dominated by reds and yellows, first invented at Harry's Bar in Venice? What's the name? Give us a call right now. 626-765-7543. 626-7543.
All right. Did everyone enjoy my singing? Yeah.
No. No.
It's fantastic.
No.
I'd like you to record that for me so I can play it over on
It's
my
already
birthday.
recorded. You know we have a podcast that you can download.
I could just download it. I can listen
Yeah.
to it on my
Subscribe
birthday.
now, guys, to the podcast.
Look at what you're missing out on.
No.
Happy National
You're not
Greek
selling it, Turtle.
Happy National Greek Yogurt Day. This portion of our show is brought to you by our good friends at Beluga Vodka.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, I'm ready, Turtle.
All
I'm
right.
ready.
Let's do it.
Where's my notes?
What
Okay,
are we ready
Julie,
for?
while I'm looking at my notes, when I approached you and Sandy Mejia, hello Sandy, when we first approached you about doing the show, did you think we were just going to bring like a computer and a microphone, or did you know there was going to be this
Production?
production?
Shortly after that, I knew there
Okay.
would be a production. I wasn't quite sure in
It's
the
a
very
lot of work
beginning.
that this
Wasn't
guy
quite-
does.
Yes, it is. A lot goes into putting this thing together.
Yeah. And thank you for having the Ethernet ready. Okay, it's Sunday morning. We're about 10 minutes away from the top of the hour, as I mentioned before. But before we let you go, it's time to play Believe It or Not. Okay,
All right.
can Julie hear everything going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a little monitor.
Okay, here we
right
go, Julie. Okay, Turtle wrote these questions. I got about 5 of them. 4 of them are correct. 1 of them is false. You and I are teaming up. We need to figure out which makes sense.
Let's see if 2 heads are better
Yeah.
than 1 in this edition of Believe It or Not.
on Go
okay?
Country 105 every Sunday
ready.
morning. Brought to you, we got to have a sponsor of Believe It or Not. We'll give a free one, Longo Lexus. Brought to you by Longo Lexus of Amonte. Proud sponsor of Believe It or Not. Believe it or not, you can get a great deal at Longo Lexus today. Right?
Yeah.
All right, here
I
we go.
believe it.
Wrigley's was originally a soap company that gifted baking powder with their soap. The baking powder became more popular than the soap, so they switched to selling baking powder with chewing gum as a gift. The gum became so popular that the baking powder, so the company switched to just selling gum. I believe that. I think I know
Yeah.
that story.
I believe it too.
Okay.
Okay.
Believe it or not, Walmart plans to have 6-foot-tall robots check inventory in stores. Sure,
For COVID, yes, less people.
less people. I believe that. Believe it or not, there's a mountain in Australia named Mount Disappointment because the explorers were unimpressed with the view at the top.
I think even if they were disappointed, they would still name it after themselves.
2 heads.
Okay, see, he gave in. I don't know. I think that's true because he kind of get, you got to know the mind of a turtle.
Oh,
Believe it or
okay.
not, tomatoes were officially declared a vegetable by the Supreme Court. Now, Ginsburg did name, I don't know if it was vegetables, but that was just 5 weeks ago I talked about this. I said that a tomato, something was by the, I'm going to say true. Trader Joe's sells fertile eggs that can be hatched. I say no. I say no to that one because I don't know. It's a process. It's a process of elimination. Julie, help me out here.
Okay, I'm going to believe the gum. I'm going
Yeah.
to go with the gum. And I'm going to go with the 6-foot robots. I'm a little iffy on the mountain. And the last one was about the, no, I don't think we can get fertile eggs, and tomatoes are still fruits.
Okay, so Turtle, we say that you can't get. Here, you got to see this on Facebook, by the way.
Yeah. What is this? We just got some deliciousness right here.
Crab cake Benedict.
Oh man.
But no, it's a benefit to our Benedict.
It's a benefit to your Benedict. The Benedict's a benefit for you.
All right, Turtle. So we say that you can't get fertile eggs at Trader Joe's.
Okay, we ready for the answer? Drum roll.
We are ready. While I'm eating crab cakes, Benedict. Okay, go ahead.
That is absolutely wrong. You can get fertile eggs at Trader Joe's.
All right.
But do I want to?
Do you?
Walmart. Okay, I think you're wrong. Okay, there's a mountain in Australia called Disappointment.
Okay. That is right. There is a mountain actually called Mount Disappointment.
All right, I don't know then.
I don't think two heads worked any better than
No.
one.
There's a mountain.
think I
Tomatoes.
hindered you.
See, I think you're wrong. I think tomatoes, or I think something was officially declared a vegetable by the Supreme Court.
So you're saying that's the fake
I'm
story?
saying you're wrong. I think you screwed this thing up this week.
No. That one's right. It was actually.
Okay, because I mentioned that like 5 weeks ago. All right, I guess Wrigley's didn't make a soap and all that. Wait a minute. There's no more.
There's only one left.
Believe it or not, Walmart plans to have 6 foot.
Yeah, they're not. They're not going to have any robots.
So got them all wrong.
You got them all wrong. Wow, that's the first.
I'm taking away your crab cakes.
No, I just got my fork.
These crab cakes are delicious. Come into Bella Sera on Myrtle and have them. All right, so I was wrong again.
Wow.
All right. You cheated.
No, this was great. I can't believe it. I swept. This was my hardest one ever. So hard to think of something that's not believable. That is.
After all that's happened this year, I'll believe anything.
Yeah, I know. I believe that if things don't get better, pretty soon Godzilla is going to come out of the ocean. One 5 o'clock afternoon in Santa Monica, when the sun's setting on Santa Monica, we're going to see a big Godzilla coming out of the ocean after an earthquake. So I don't know. Anyway, it's Peter Dills. It's Go Country 105. We are wrapping things up. Julie, thank you for being our host this morning here at your restaurant.
Thank you.
It's good. Come out, check it out. I highly recommend it. The food's great. Not like some of the dishes. Sometimes we try to find things at restaurants like, okay, they do this well, they do this well. Everything here is great. Try the French fries. Get the Eggs Benedict, the crab cake Eggs Benedict. Those are my two highlights of it. I mean, I haven't had everything on the menu. But if you're a traditionalist, I think you're going to be very happy with the pizza. And the next time I come back, I'm definitely going to try the gnocchi. And maybe I'll even put the chef to the test and give him a heads up that I'm going to come in. Because that's kind of one of those things. Soups and gnocchi, when I see that on the menu, it's like, what? I got to try it. It's really hard, Turtle, eating this early in the morning because I'm like...
Maybe for you.
Yeah, well, yeah, look at you.
Turtle's not having any trouble.
All right. Okay, hey, we got to... Wait a minute. Let's see. Okay, remember, if you missed any part of the show, you can stream us on iTunes, SoundCloud, or Spotify. Did I mention how big the numbers on the podcast have been?
They keep on going up.
They keep on going up. So if you missed any of the show, if you're just tuning in and going, gee whiz, I missed part of the show, just log on to, it's the only purple button on your iPhone, and it says podcast. And you can listen to past shows like Danny Serafin from Chicago, Gene Simmons from KISS, all the old shows that we've had. They're all there on that. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and watch some of my shows on YouTube. Like I said, we've got a taco place that Chris Erskine from the LA Times, happy birthday, and he and I agreed that it's arguably one of the best taco places in all of Los Angeles. Just think how many taco places there are in Los Angeles, and for me to say and Chris Erskine to say that it's good, it must be good. Go to our for all those links, go to diningwithdills.com. I want to thank everyone who helped put on the show.
Julie, thank you.
Julie,
welcome.
thank you, and Chef and master social media person over here,
Jennifer.
Jennifer. Oh, and now it's time for my food for thought. You don't get what you wish for, you get what you work for.
Yeah.
Turtle writes these, by the way. That's going to wrap up the show, everybody. Thank you for tuning in right here on Go Country. And until next time, I'll see you at my dining table.
Dining with Dills. You're dining with Dills. Dining with Dills. You're gonna get your delicious fill.